Hello, my darlings. I hope you're all doing really well. Now, I've just had a message on the Venusian airwaves that you're going through a huge vibrational romantic regeneration. So, they're giving me yin realm, they're giving me feline energies with this. Like, I did get a message coming through from someone's relative where they said the best thing you ever did was get rid of the losers, because I feel like you started to realize that most people you were dating had no honor, had no respect, maybe that they were all stuck in kind of like a sunken mindset in the animal mind. So maybe this started to become all too common for you when you realized that you had to be sovereign, that you had to be a queen. You could be a king watching this. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you realized you were the Duchess, you were the princess. That's what I'm getting here. Someone realized that they were the Duchess, and you started really picking up on ancestral energy, because our ancestors, they get so busy in our business when it comes to romance, when it comes to our love life. They want to know who we're with, what we're doing. They're so protective of us. So often being in a dodgy romantic relationship will really trigger a really strong ancestral protection over your life that you then become really psychically aware of. So yeah, they're giving me Cinderella here, but this is like romantic regeneration and you seeing yourself as a duchess who only deserves the best. And I feel like, yeah, they're giving me romantic overhaul. So I feel like you are someone who maybe you love transformation, maybe you love a glow up, a makeover, because I'm seeing like a montage of you maybe even sewing or regenerating your viewpoint on romance, but regenerating yourself, transforming yourself. Maybe you transformed your look, or you decided, right, I'm going to be the best version I can be of myself. I'm going to run, I'm going to do this, I'm going to look after myself better, I'm going to cherish myself. So maybe you're paying more attention to yourself with your skincare routine, your meditation. I'm getting diet and exercise here really strongly, because you knew that if you wanted to attract something different, first of all, you had to have faith that someone beautiful existed for you, just that one special one, right? Then you had to like make the moves to become a vibrational match to that, and you're someone who's done that beautifully. Or maybe you're going through the process of this right now. So let's get in there. And you know, I feel like this will be one for the girls, although there could be loads of people out there resonating who don't feel particularly girlish. But I'm in those Venus energies right now, in the most cute girlish pink energies. It actually feels like I'm in a pink kind of soup right now of some really nice pink elixir. We've got the Knight of Cups here. So this is you taking control over your romantic frequency and what you flow out, right? Because the Knight of Cups is all about that emotional flow of movement. There's that Nine of Pentacles where she's looking absolutely delicious. I'm getting that you could be feeling particularly delicious. Maybe, oh, let's start it for the synchronicities. Maybe you are developing, I'm getting that you could be developing a new relationship with food, whether you're trying new things or trying an entirely new way of eating. And there's nothing like food to show us who we really are. Our eating habits will always, most usually, reflect our internal state. So I feel like you could have had an upgrade in how you eat, whatever that means for you. That could mean you being healthier, or cleaning up your diet with salads and fruits and things like that. Or it could mean actually relaxing and allowing yourself off the hook with that stuff if you've been particularly strict. It just depends on the individual here. But there's a big shift up for somebody on that level. Then we've got the Page of Cups here. So you took the reins, you took control. And I feel like you are way past the Queen of Swords moment, because they were giving me Queen of Swords in the pre-shuffle. We've got the Star here, and I absolutely adore this. And the Two of Wands right underneath. This is you taking your destiny into your own hands. And I feel like I'm speaking to someone who is what they would call a natural witch, where you notice that if your mindset shifts, the universe must obey you. So there's something about the universe really obeying you specifically, and you being really aware of this. I feel like you could keep a book of shadows or a witch's journal or something like that. I'm getting this energy of like Starseed Chronicles, like maybe you've got some sort of a collection. I'm seeing a box with little bits from the beach and various things someone's collected from their journeys or kept as souvenirs. But maybe you see these as special things, as star-seeded things, or something that's, more intergalactic for somebody. I don't know what that's going to mean to the individual, but I see someone so feisty, so beautiful, so independent here, and someone who's really taking control of their own destiny in the most roaring way possible. You could listen to that Katy Perry song, You're Gonna Hear Me Roar, or that could really resonate for you. But also, I'm getting that song coming through, part of me. Days like this, I want to drive away, find out who is really there for me. So I feel like solidity going forward in your future relationships is something that you are bound to attract, but it's built on top of this. They're kind of showing me it's like you're stood on top of the mausoleum of your old self, because maybe there was some innocence lost, with the pain we go through when we realize what sort of world we live in. And I do believe in fairy tales, and I do believe we are the most enchanted beings that ever lived. I feel like we've just forgotten how natural it is for us to be enchanted and for us to understand that, yes, dreams do come true. And it took me years when I first heard Abraham Hicks saying that life is supposed to be happily ever after, that dreams are supposed to come true, that yes, life is a fairy tale. It took me so many years to really absorb that. And really, my subconscious mind took a long time, But I feel like here you are someone who has a natural affinity for magic, and you've bounced back from something with huge amount of power here and a velocity. This is the velocity of a jet, like a Boeing 747, because I can literally feel this as if I'm stood next to those turbine engine things. I can feel the heat and I can feel the pressure. So you could really relate. You could be a fire sign and you're getting your sass on again. I feel like you have such immense power and you know this and you just keep harnessing. They're giving me your aura. So you've lined up your goddess energies in another lifetime. That's what I'm getting here. And this is why it's so easy for you now to be the Duchess. It's so easy for you to make plans from that beautiful level. They're giving me hypnosis with you. Your energy is very hypnotic. But at the same time, this security they speak of that's coming in, I'm getting this real gorgeous energy of a household that you will create, that you will be part of. It could just be you and someone else, or it could be a family scenario. But I'm getting something in the future you will connect to that's secure. This could even be a business partner, but someone who's a really good friend or something like that, that gives you the 10 of Pentacles, right? It's almost like the house you represent. I mean, for someone out there, you could be watching this, you could be thinking about starting a fashion emporium or something like that, because I'm feeling those kind of energies. I'm feeling those kind of Christian Dior, Parisian energies, those classical energies. There's deities that only work with certain people, and they're giving me little phrases, and the phrases are the ones whom the gods select, no one can stop. But this is also about the energies that you can connect with that will line up with you and line up with your aura in a way that another key would not fit the lock. That's what they're telling me. These energies are normally held in a safe. That's how you could see it, because they're so hard to access for most humans. But this isn't you're not most humans, right? This is not that kind of scenario. So what they're showing me is almost looks like a kind of intergalactic key where you can get into this big old vintage safe. Now this safe looks vintage on the outside, and I don't know if you guys have seen those videos on Instagram of those, really old Italian safes where you had like 12 different keys for it and you had to do it in a certain order. But that's kind of what I'm getting here for these energies, goddess deity energies that not many people would know about or even have heard about. And a lot of the names have been skewed, as we well know. We use the names and we use the labels so that we can understand one another. But a lot of us understand etymology and how words have been shifted and changed, and how much, I don't know if you guys have ever been out with one of your friends and something happens, something dramatic, and you go back to the gang and you're relaying this story, and the friend you've just spent that time with, the friend that you think just witnessed the exact same thing as you, is telling a completely different story or getting it all mixed up. And I've even had videos sometimes, and we see it on reality TV, where people get the story skewed. Even when they're being videoed, they will lie because they act like they genuinely remembered something different. And I'm getting that, right? We're not really allowed to say certain things anymore. But in the UK, we always had a phrase, something blank whispers, where, mouth to mouth, humans mess up the data because people can only hold data at their frequency of consciousness. So only the purest disciples can keep the energy clear when they receive information. And it's sort of like that. It's sort of energies that haven't been accessed for so long are accessible via you. You may know this. I feel like you've got this goddess elixir energy that's very hypnotic. And I feel like now you're just handling it differently. Now you're keeping more of a pillar. It's like you learned from all the people you dated, or you learned from all the people you spent time with, that actually, most of them aren't worthy of you. Most of them aren't worthy to take you out. Most of them just aren't on your wavelength. I feel like that's the mindset of the person watching this video. And that is what shifted your reality to this. It's almost like the bourgeoisie, like I'm trying to say it right, but they're giving me that word. Because they're showing me hallways in really beautiful historic hotels. Places like Vienna and Berlin and Paris and Barcelona. So I don't know if this is past life memories for you. We just had 0808 on the clock. But this is definitely you harnessing this this very sexual energy. I've got to say it. This is very powerful energy of someone who knows themselves and knows the power. I'm getting a lady, right? Like maybe you've upgraded to ladylike status because maybe now you're realizing, oh, I see. I can now see why. People in the olden days would be very protective of their daughters, for example. I feel like now you're seeing that and you're being that protection. So it could be like a grandparent energy. You could be paying more attention to divine, protective, masculine energies who only want what's best for you and seeing life through their eyes more. But being that for yourself with the Nine of Pentacles, representing individually the whole clan, the whole ancestral tribe. Because like I say, our ancestors are busybodies. With our romance, they're not getting out the way. They really are protective. And I feel like this happened to you. This transformed you. It completed this idea you had of yourself in the old dating cycle. When you realize they just keep giving me en vogue, I'm not much into dogs. And this came up the other day for me. So I feel like this reading's been bubbling away. Because you're over it now. Your taste has changed. I'm getting placebo taste in men. Something shifted in who you're attracted to. Because now you're seeing things from a spiritual vantage point, I feel like. And now you're realizing you are the heaven. You are the bliss on legs. You bring that heaven onto the earth. And it really doesn't matter who appreciates it and who doesn't right now, because we're shifting so exponentially. We're adapting. We're adjusting our viewpoints. And so many energies that we see as archaic and old-fashioned are now being brought forward in a way that is so easy for us to utilize the best of all our lives and bring it into our now moment. Because you've got some vintage ways here. We've got the Lovers coming out here. And with the Lovers, archetypally, there was often this kind of triangle, this battle between two women, right, who want the same lover. Personally, you know me, if there's any competition, I'll dash it away. Like I'm like that, right? But it's archetypal, right? And I feel like now it's like no contest. For you, I feel like the people you were attracted to before, they're off-putting to you now. So it's almost like the person who really deserves you is now going to get you. I really feel like this is selection process. This is you being as fussy as you can possibly be. This is you obeying your sensitivities. This is you doing everything that people you've never met who write articles and put things on, put things online as spiritual advice. These are things that they would never recommend because they're not aligned with universal law. But this is you personalizing your own reality here and knowing that you've got to be the one that cares the most about yourself here. And I'm getting this real fluffy energy that just burst up in my magnetic field. Like maybe you just brought yourself something fluffy with a big fluffy hood, or maybe you've got a cushion that's white and fluffy, but somehow it kind of feels lumpy to me. Someone might have a sheepskin, something that they wrap around themselves That just popped up so quickly because all the love you've generated in your own little world. And I feel like that was important, getting you in your own little world or getting you to know yourself better. They're telling me we wanted you to know yourself better. We wanted you to be separate for a bit, even if it was a storyline that hurt, that made you go off in your bunny level burrow. You could relate to the Playboy bunnies, right? You could have that sumptuous energy. Spirit's saying, nah, you're better. Right? No offense, Playboy bunnies, but this is what Spirit's given me for this individual who I'm reading for. They're saying, nah, you're better. You got the goddess elixir. You can get into the safe that even the Playboy bunnies can't get into. And that's just the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth with this kind of energy. And thank God you realize, because this is what your ancestors wanted for you. I'm getting the name Vera. I'm getting the name Magdalene. Anna. I'm getting Anna Sophia. So I don't know what that means to you, but let's pull some oracle cards and we'll see what's coming out. Let's see, because you've conjured a perfect new version of a lover. I feel like what you would have written down a few years ago, if someone had asked you your type, what you would have said a few years ago is so much different to what you are now telling the universe you want. And it's funny, when we get this good, when you are so set and so sovereign in your lifestyle, I feel like you've already got your own flow of currency, you've got everything sorted. And now it's just this, they're showing me you repairing the fences in the Garden of Eden, knowing that that which is precious needs protection. But they want you to be really satisfied here that the prototype you're summoning up is so perfectly set now that they're saying that you can be one of those people that can afford to get detailed with your manifestations. They're saying with your daydreams in particular, the more detailed you are now, the more momentum this is going to pick up because you've already solidified yourself over here. I'm getting palace energies, boudoir energies, velvet curtains they're showing me. So that could somehow, resonate with you. But they're saying the more detailed you are in what you want in a lover now, the more energy you're flowing through your psyche, through your cosmic ordering pineal gland. That's what the universe is responding to. So they're saying if you like beards, go for a beard, right? If you like, certain types of treatment. I had friends, they'd go crazy over a man when he reversed his car. When they reverse down alleyways, I don't know if they realize they're showing off. But yeah, women find that fit, right? So there's a lot of detail in your imagination here. And you can summon it. We've got suffering in silence here. This is long gone. This is that period of time they wanted you to be isolated. It felt rocky for you. But, when they told me about that, it was 0909 on the clock, I'm pretty sure. Number 9, this was about you completing your bad taste. Spirit's being strict here. They're saying you had bad taste. We know the modern day world gets to you all. We know it swims in your mind. It takes over you. It hypnotizes you. But you wriggled out of this real quick with the kind of energies that you connect to. This is like a vixen with pure respect for herself. This is like a minx energy. This is like too precious. You may like Stefflon Don because this is pure kitty cat energy. So sometimes it doesn't feel nice being a kitty cat sat on the rocks. But your ancestors, they're kind of apologizing here, but they're kind of justifying, but they kind of want you to see the bigger picture here from the heavenly perspective, that they just needed to pull you up to that heavenly perspective on yourself. And for some reason, when we feel like we're suffering, we can seem to find our spiritual self so much easier. We just connect with the divine energy that much easier. And I feel like that's what's happened here with you. Crown chakra energy. Oh, wow. They've always got an ulterior motive, guys. They've always got an ulterior motive. We've got the Empress fertility on the table here. Along with the crown chakra, and what I'm getting from the crown chakra is you had to go through maybe a rocky period of time to realign you with this true value. I love this color. Is this magenta? It's kind of like, beautiful pink color. They had to get this blueprint activated in you. So there is this energy with the ancestors where they just know how it works. They know how skewed human perspective can be. Like in general, this is not me speaking to my viewer, but I'm just trying to let people know how the divine realm see things. They know how far off from universal law things can get in these realms, right? They know how bad things can be down here and just the confusion we go through getting to know ourselves. So they want you to know that you have their utmost empathy, but they just had to get you in these Duchess princess energies. And they're saying, you could be out there thinking, is Clear speaking to me? I was born a boy, something like that. Yeah, this is about what resonates with you. I know there's someone out there who can resonate with this also, because it's just what your soul feels right with. You've got to follow your own guidance, okay, my babbers? So crown chakra, you had to get onto this. For someone that is a role of motherhood though, with this fertility card coming out, and I'm getting sacred child all over this. So that's why, you have to be the one. Okay, this is going to flow out of me quick. You have to be the one to have this sacred child, because you're the one that can unlock the vintage energies that imprint on that child so differently that child then goes out and gives the world a whole host of Akashic gifts and Akashic gems. They're saying there's going to be a lot of them coming in, and you're one of the selected ones. That's for someone out there, okay? Obviously, don't take what doesn't resonate. These boots were made for walking. The pink boot out on the table. You did the right thing, baby. Okay, beautiful. We've got the octopus energy here. This is all of the tentacles you have in the non-physical with these pledges of allegiance. Because there are energies here. They're giving me the term dead language. Some energies, some deities are so ancient and so old, and therefore so inaccessible. They're showing me dusty tombs where they've been locked for so long. This is beyond primal, the energies that work with you. So I'm saying you could feel this in your root chakra. We've got R here, the letter R. I'm getting Rihanna. You could have been listening to Rihanna recently. Or that could be your name. We've got the H here, and we've got HR, which in Britain, you might know it's like Her Royal Highness, His Royal Highness. So this is you taking your spot. And they're kind of giving me this energy. You're a background person who just knows your power with this octopus energy. The number 8 could be really important to you. You could be somewhat of a chameleon, because you may have found that people were intimidated by your power, by this primal energy, but not anymore. This is you strutting your stuff now and being fully activated in this blueprint. So this is about you strutting your stuff in your normal life, but also knowing that you have changed your taste in men, right? And anyone who loves that Placebo song, it's like you'll get what I mean by that. But, shift that around if you need to. You guys get where I'm coming from here. It's not easy to do. You've got to really be strict with yourself and really be honest with yourself and look for little glimpses in your psyche, because sometimes our own minds will hide things from us to keep us comfortable. So as an occultist, we've got to really be like, no, I'm not hiding nothing. Come on, show me everything. You've got to be raw with yourself. And with this much power, it's easy for you to do that. Okay. This is so ancient, this one. And you see how it's conical here? So cones could mean something to someone. You could have just bought a crystal that's a similar shape. They're saying the cone means everything for some reason. But again, really deep roots. And that's sort of showing me the way when people take a drill to Antarctica, or they take a drill and they drill for oil. It's almost like that's the connection you've got to these ancient energies that would have been entities or energies that can speak or understand dead languages. These are energies humans haven't got written down. Maybe books that have been burnt, information that's been lost, but you could connect with this in meditations I'm getting. They're also giving me, that the people with the heads where they wrap them and the heads are elongated, they're giving me the concept of elongated skulls here. We've got the Y rune and we've got the K rune. Okay. So those letters could be to do with your location, but I'm getting something here. You know how special you are. And then we've got the little kitty, just to confirm your yin realm preciousness and how valuable you are. And that, you've got the perfect setup here. They've already gone ahead to the sacred child. So they're saying, the lover's in the bag, the ideal partner's in the bag, because you've fluffed up your own nest so beautifully with that soft, fluffy, gorgeous energy I was getting through. They're telling me sheepskin, white feathers, and fur are particularly important. Faux fur, or the fur of your animals when you're stroking them. They're saying this is the energy that fills your aura now in a beautiful, glowing way. You are the precious one. You've activated this gorgeous blueprint perfectly well, and you elevate the collective when you only accept the absolute best for yourself, right? So this is a very unique message for someone who's a very unique soul who can channel these. They're giving me meows in my head, kitty cat energies here, high heel energies, right? Kerry Hilson could mean something to somebody. They're saying this one is the pathway for someone, you know, they're saying this lover or this partner or this long-term partner that's booked in for you is the pathway to what really matters, right? The sacred baby of the future. So that should mean something to someone out there. You will know if this is for you. Take what resonates, leave the rest. I love you guys. Keep being powerful creators. Mwah.